הצדיקים ואני תמה ממי שנותן לזולתו מה שנגזר לו, מה שגזר לו השם אצלו, ואחר כך מתפאר עליו בו ומבקש תודתו על כך. So the answer is, so he says over here, for example, when there's one person that's giving parnasah for somebody else, so this one tzaddik says, he brings it over here as one tzaddik was very surprised that one person is giving parnasah for somebody else, and that person expects that the person that's working under him to tell him thank you that is working under him. You have a zchut to work under me, and I'm giving you parnasah. Who are you? Giving me parnasah. What does this mean? All the parnasah comes to Kadosh Baruch Hu. All the money in the world comes to Kadosh Baruch Hu, and you come and give me this whole say thank you, kiss my hand. It doesn't come, it comes from the Kadosh Baruch Hu, all the money, and that's it. ויותר תמוה ממנו מי שקיבל פרנסתו על ידי זולתו, וזה מוכרח לתנא ומשפיל עצמו ומכבדו ומהללו. Someone that is getting parnasah. So let's say Reuven is giving parnasah. So the first thing he's like, אני תמה on the first person, Reuven, which is giving the parnasah, and he expects a thank you and this. And he said, and the same tzaddik, doesn't know who the tzaddik is. The same tzaddik says, and I'm more surprised on Shimon. Shimon works for Reuven, and he humiliates himself and says, thank you so much, Reuven. Thank you for giving me the money. I appreciate you. Say thank you for being having a karat tov. That's it. Thank you very much. Humiliating himself. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me work by you. All the money comes from the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Someone that does not understand that, he's going to be serving humans his whole life. And he's not going to have a spine. He's not going to have a personality for himself. He's always going to be walking around between what other people tell him to do. And over here is a very, very beautiful story that comes up and ties into this. The simplicity of someone that's simple, the way Kadosh Baruch Hu answers his prayer, to someone that has everything, and Kadosh Baruch Hu is very particular with him. This story, Rabbi Yosef Mashash says this story regarding the Jews in Algeria. There was a rabbi in Algeria, his name is Rabbi Yehuda Ayash. Rabbi Yehuda Ayash. He was a great Talmid Chacham. And the story goes with two people. One, his name is Yaakov Chajbi. And one is Reuven El-Kanawi. Two people. Yaakov Chajbi was very, very respected, was also a very strong, broad, muscular person, rich. Everyone loved and respected, and everyone needed to respect, didn't love him. He was very aggressive. And there was Reuven El-Kanawi, which he was he was a simple person, did not have so much money at all. He would live from selling needles for sewing or spices, sometimes whatever he gets, he sells to try to make a little parnasah. But this Yaakov Chajbi was very, very rich, had a lot of money, but he was like this. What does that mean? Hand stays closed. No, it's not. This is not the. It's Algiers. Now, the idea over here is doesn't want to give anything. Doesn't want anything to give. He's very and they would come to him for the synagogue to help out with the light, with something. No, anything. But he always demanded respect from everybody else. One time, Rabbi Yehuda Ayash comes to the synagogue and says that from now on I'm going to do a new shiur after right before mincha, like we have over here. And he told them whoever wants to come, it's going to be here, Avodat Hashem, how to serve God, halachot, everything. So everyone, of course, heard this. People came from other synagogues also, and every mincha was full. So he spoke over there, how are you devek b'Hashem? How do you make yourself one with the Kadosh Baruch Hu? So he says, when you support Talmidei Chachamim, when you pick up yeshivot and synagogues, when you take care and you support, and you marry off your daughter to Talmid Chacham, all that stuff. He started giving a whole list. And this Reuven Kanawi came over there sitting. Comes back home all sad, humiliated. His wife tells him, what happened? Like, I'm sitting in the shul of the rabbi and I realized today that I cannot be dovek b'akadosh baruch Hu. I cannot be one with the God. I can't connect myself with God. She's like, why? The rabbi in the shul spoke that how you're supposed to connect yourself with God. Akadosh baruch Hu, kol yachol. Akadosh baruch Hu, kivyachol esh, fire. What can we understand from it? You have to give your daughter to Talmid Chacham. Why? We don't have any daughters. You have to give money to support Talmid Chacham. We don't have any money. To give them a place for yeshiva, our house is a broken down shack. No one want to learn over here. So try to help support with everything, with anything we have, but we don't have anything to give ourselves. Well, how can we give others? So they were very sad. But his wife told him, "Don't worry, Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to find your way to." She gave him a comfort. Don't worry, Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to take care of you. You're going to be successful. Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to give us the bracha. We're going to be able one day to support the Talmidei Chacham like this. Next following week, he comes to the shiur of the rabbi, and the rabbi is speaking about again. What's another way? So he brings a story in the Gemara that there's someone came to the rabbi with bikurim, with fruits. Told the rabbi, "This is for you." So he says, "Why did you come here?" He said, "In order to get a bet ani toveh yehudi acher. I'm bringing another Jew for bet din Torah." So he says, "I cannot take from you this basket of fruits. Why? Because that's shochad. Shochad, I can't. It's bribery. I cannot take from you anything. But if you're gonna bring, so then he says, Rabbi, it's not for that. It's for bikurim. I came for din Torah. It's one thing, but and before that, I wanted this basket of fruits to be bikurim for the rabbi. So the rabbi blessed him and said, that I could take. And then he spoke about also the Elisha ben Avuyah. The Elisha Navi, they gave him only Lechem Seorah for the poor people, and that's enough to get a great brachot. How simplicity works also. When he comes home, and this Reuven al-Kanawi was in the Shamayim, heaven, felt so good. Everyone's like, he comes to his wife and tells his wife, he comes to his wife and tells her, Baruch Hashem, I found a way to be served God. He's like, what? Tell her, if you get fruits and this, fruits I could afford. He goes to the marketplace. He goes and gets a couple of this fruit and a little of that, a little of this. To have a small basket, he gets a basket. He comes to the yeshiva, the rabbi on Sunday, and he sees the rabbi is teaching. He comes with a small basket. The rabbi picks up and says, like, Mazeh, what is this? So he tells him, this basket's for you, for all the talmidim, for all the students that are sitting learning with the rabbi. They should say brachot. I'm giving the rabbi bikurim. The rabbi was so happy. The rabbi smiled. Look at this simple Jew. Doesn't have anything, but he heard that in the story about a bikurim. I can give bikurim to the rabbi. It's like Bet HaMikdash. Unbelievable. That's how I can connect with God. So he's like, I want to give this bikurim and connect with God. Everyone's going to say bracha rishona, achona. The rabbi was so happy. The rabbi grabs his hand and tells him, Be'ezrat Hashem, next year you can give us bikurim 100 times, 100 folds than what we have over here. Everyone answered amen, and he went off to his way. That night, Yaakov Chajbi, the rich person this I didn't mention before, they lived in two different houses. Of course, Yaakov Chajbi has a mansion, and this Reuven al-Kanawi rented a small property but they were under one gate. There's one gate surrounding them. Now they were sitting over there. So Chajbi goes to sleep. This rich person goes to sleep, and in his dream he wakes up. He sees a massive gate, and then he sees a massive vineyard, orchards, fruits, trees. Like, wow, what is this? He sees where's the opening. He wants to come inside. The guard grabs him and throws him on the floor. Get out of here. Tells him, why? What's the deal over here? So he tells him. He says, who's this belong to? You thought maybe the king. This says. This Reuven, this belongs to Reuven al-Kanawi. Tells him, my neighbor, there's no money. He's like, soon you're going to see him coming. Then you see, and in his dream he sees his poor friend walking with a suit, with the best this, walking all stylish, walking through the path into the field. Then he wakes up. V'hinei chalom. He gets furious. You should understand where the person is standing in life. How could this be? How could this field be his? I want the field to be mine. He goes in the morning to the synagogue of the rabbi, Rabbi Yehuda Ayash, to ask him what's Pesher HaChalom. Maybe if it's true, I have to try to find ways to take away this field from this person. It has to be mine. Rabbi Yehuda Ayash, the synagogue, comes over there, and he hears, when he's making himself a coffee, he hears the Gabaim speaking with one of the people, and tells him, yesterday came Reuven and Kanawi, poor person, but he came with a beautiful basket of fruits and gave it to Talmidim. The rabbi blessed him, he's going to have 10 times fold. And this Yaakov Chajbi hears this. He says, this is the secret that now makes sense. He brought a lot of fruits. Probably this field's going to get because of fruits. I'm going to give much more. He goes to his house, tells one of his servants, go to the marketplace, get the most fruits, best, juiciest fruits as possible and bring. But don't go too much. Bring a good amount. The bottom line, he comes to the synagogue, bangs 2 times on the bima. Rabbi Yehuda, I came. Of learning, everyone's over there. And what were they in the middle of learning? They were learning in the Gemara Erchin, the in Ashir Mavi Korban Ani. If Ani brings a present, that's it. But if an Ashir brings a present, brings a Korban of a poor person, and he could afford much more, we don't even accept it from him. He comes over there and he tells Rabbi Yehuda, look what I brought, a massive basket of fruits, this, pomelot, shizifim. He looks at him. Rabbi Yehuda tells him, take your basket and leave the synagogue. You and the basket leave, and all the servants that are holding your baskets. I don't get a bracha. What is this? He's getting furious at the rabbi. He's like, we're learning, what we're learning right now in the Gemara? Ashir lo noten matnat ani, or korban ani. We don't accept a present or a korban from the rich person of the value of what a poor person can bring. And he gets furious, and the rabbi comes to the rabbi and herim tayad al Rav, raise his hand on top of to hit the rabbi. Students came, separated. They laugh. Everyone's shook. This person, everyone's not understanding what's going on over here. Okay, so that same day, Reuven and Kanawi is walking from selling spices and selling needles in the market, and he sees there's a kid drowning. He screams, and he's sitting on his horse, coming back, and he sees there's a wedding of Ishmaelim, of Arabs. And he says, usually this thing takes time, so he took his horse, let's go through the fields. When he was going through the fields, he sees and he hears an Arab child scream, Willa Yehud, Tziroti, save me. He says, he sees the gate, and he sees there's a river over there. He says probably he jumped to steal from the gate, and he fell into the river, and he's drowning. Basically, there was the kid with him, that kid ran. He went, jumped over the gate, saved the kid's life. The kid told him, you know who I am? I'm the son of the king, of the sheikh of Algiers. So he what? Sheikh Abdallah. He tells them this is so he's like, I promise you I'll pay you back. He's like, I do a mitzvah. We don't want to pay back for the mitzvot. That's it. He says, no, I'm going to pay you back tomorrow. He's like, okay. Next, send them off. In those moments, the kid came back to his father and tells his father, after his servant ran ahead and told them that he's drowning and dying. Now everyone's worried. He comes, he's alive. He tells them, Rabbi, I promise it was a Jew, and I promise I'm going to help him. Tomorrow. He's like, tomorrow? Where's your dignity and honor? You're my son. Someone saves you and helps you, that moment you help him. Bring him to here. They find out exactly where he lives. This boy says, I want to go myself with 10 of my servants. They go with 10 of his servants together. And when they find his house, he tells the servants, don't come in the courtyard all together because he's going to get nervous, like what's going on? I'll come, knock on his door. I'll figure out which door it is over here. There's 2 houses. He comes to the inside, and exactly then, Yaakov Chashbi is looking out the window and he sees this Muslim kid in his courtyard. And he's convinced he's coming to steal from him something. What are you doing over here? And starts throwing him down, throw the kid down, start beating him up. Don't come over here into my property, this. And they hear this kid screaming. And the servants here, they open the gate, they go and they start knocking him, like it says, they're hitting up this Yaakov. All this screaming loud. Reuven and Kanawi and his wife come out and they see this whole situation. And they put the Yaakov on the side and they tell him, remember me? He's like, yeah. He's like, I came to pay you back. He's like, it's fine, it's good. He's like, the king commands you and your wife to come to the palace. They're coming. And they have in the back also tied up Yaakov. He's tied in the back. They come over there, he says, I want to pay you back. So he says, I'm doing so Reuven says, I do everything for a mitzvah. We're Jewish people who do mitzvot. So his wife is like, my husband's very, very big tzaddik, but we don't have food and we're very poor people. That's practically speaking. So she's like, what do you guys want? She's like, money is you have it, you invest it, you could also lose it. We want, if it's possible, the king can give us like a small field with a couple of fruits that we could supply, that we could sell the fruits and make money like that. He's like, the best field of the whole entire mamlacha, the whole entire kingdom goes to you. The beginning of the city was, they had a very nice field over there. That goes to you, and all of the houses in that property belongs to you, and that's you could, and that's where you could live, and everything that belongs to you from now on. They're so happy, thank you very much. And of course, we can imagine a year later he gave the bikurim, like the rabbi says, such beautiful fruit, the juiciest and the best fruit. Now, what was the gzar din of Yaakov? Because Yaakov hit his son, they cut the hand of Yaakov, Chajbi, and they took away all of his properties, and he had to live like a poor person. So what do we see over here? This person became rich from giving whatever he could, and this for raising his hand on the rabbi, and also demanding the honor. You see, people what the Rabbeinu Bechaya is saying over here. People come and they ask for, they ask for, they pay their employees money, and they expect them to say thank you very much, please, and bow, and humiliate themselves. ואמר אחד הצדיקים, אני תמה על מי שנותן לזולתו מה שהקדוש ברוך הוא גזר עליו, והוא מבקש את תודתו, ואני תמה יותר ממי שמקבל פרנסתו על ידי זולתו, הוא משפיל עצמו ומכבד ומעללו את השני. So we see, do not put yourself down for human beings when they give you what's already promised from God before. We went 10 minutes.